Today we have Peeyush Payal ma'am in front of us. I feel so happy and gratitude to tell you all that she is a rank holder from 30th Bihar Judicial Services. Her rank was 28th in 30th Bihar Judiciary. She completed her degree of law from MIT School of Law, Lucknow. So today we'll be talking about her exclusive journey, that how she started her preparation and everything. And since today's topic is little special, just because we are expecting that the next judicial services notification can come within 6 months. Just strategizing on that part, we'd like to talk to ma'am that how to start the complete journey, the strategy and the preparation. Over to you, ma'am. How your journey started?
So, thank you, Shweta, first of all. It was a bit difficult for me to figure out my career interest since I got an opportunity to work in a reputed law firm in Mumbai. So, I went there. But somewhere down the line in my subconscious mind, I always dreamt of being a judge. I always dreamt of giving. Yeah, I always dreamt of giving this judicial services examination. So when I went there in Mumbai and I worked for around 2-3 months in a law firm, then I realized that that was not my cup of tea. So I just kept it over there, and then I returned back to my place and I started looking for one of the mentors, and started looking for the guidance where I can get for judicial preparation examination, because it is one of the most important thing before starting your judicial preparation to get a perfect mentor and a perfect guide and a perfect place where you can start your judicial preparation, because it cannot be done just by single-handedly. You need a guidance, you need a guide, you need a mentor. So one of my relative told my mother about Kautilya Law Academy, and I also from other sources also I inquired about this institute, no doubt. And I got to know that this was one of the best coaching institute, and this is one of the best coaching institute in Bihar. So without giving a second thought, I just came back to Patna and I met Kameshwar sir, and when I met him, then I got 100% sure that this is the place where I could start my judicial preparation.
Where you can trust and rely.
Where I can trust the mentor, where I can rely on my guide. Because one of the most important and the X factor of this coaching institute is that the sir is very easily accessible to us. He is not only a law teacher, he is kind of a true guide, you can say. He motivated us when we were in some low point. He also talked about very spiritual things like yoga and meditation. That is also very helpful for your preparation examination. That also played a very important role during that period. So when I met him, when I had a word with him, then I realized that this is the perfect teacher I can get for myself, because I was kind of a person who got a bit hesitant in putting up my questions around many people, around many students. So this was the place where I found this very good thing, because sir was very easily accessible to me, and not only to me, to each and every student.
The equal efforts.
Very equal efforts sir used to put up. Sir used to put up sir used to invest in his every single candidate. And so that was the reason why I just never gave second thought to anything, and I started my journey of preparation in this academy.
This is how you started.
Yeah.
So many congratulations, ma'am, on your achievement and qualifying the exam in such a short duration of time. So even everybody would be right now curious to know that how you actually prepared in such a short duration, and what was your strategy in preparing for prelims in such a short duration of time.
Thank you, Shreya.
And also if you could elaborate on your short duration. What was that short duration?
It was my short duration because when I started my judicial preparation, it was the month of around July. And not to be that specific, when I started, I got only around 3 to 4 months for the prelims examination. because as soon as I entered this coaching institute, notification came for the 30th Bihar Judiciary. So we were very like a chaos situation occurred in my very quick in my preparatory scene, because I have to cover each and everything with a very short span of time. So being a short-term preparator, usually what happened is in this coaching institute, usually the prelims examination and the mains examinations, things goes hand in hand. The preparations goes hand in hand. But in my situation, and there were many other candidates also who got to face this situation, that we had to prepare ourselves in a very short span of time. So what happened is कि sir ने बहुत ही different strategies को adapt किया during that particular of time, because we had only 3 to 4 months in our hand. So at that particular of time, around we had a 4 to 5 hours of rigorous session in our coaching of classroom program of law, including GK, GS also. So sir just pulled up our socks, and he was very quick in our preparations. Like we had very short span of time, we had to cover a lot, because I was like a newcomer in this judicial preparation. So I had to cover so many things.
There might be students who are preparing from
a very long time. Very true. So at that particular time, I just followed the instructions that what sir gave me, and I did rigorous classroom sessions over here without missing a single class. Each and every day I used to came here at that time. I used to grasp everything what was told in this class. And after that, after the classroom session, there are lot more effort, lot more things that each and every candidate have to put in. So after that, the things for prelims examination, you have to be very focused, you have to strategize each and everything. Since you are giving an examination, you are appearing for an examination, you have to study exam point of view से आपको आगे जाना है. For gaining knowledge, you have a lot of time, and there are nth number of things that you can study in law. It's a never ending process. So for preparation, for exam point of view, you have to strategize things. You have to be very clear, very specific. So I did my prelims preparation very specific to the prelims point. Where it should be on your tip. Revision is very must. Each and every day revision is very must. Even the objective tests that were held, mock tests that were held in the coaching institute was very helpful, and it is also very must. So these were the things that I adapted, that I followed. I was you have to be very consistent with your study. You have to be very
consistency,
revision, practice, and the mock tests that are being held here is very important. The questions that were asked in the mock test proved to be very fruitful and very helpful to us. And one more thing I would like to say here कि the previous year questions, जो भी हमारे बिहार में previous year questions भी आए हुए हैं, the objective questions, ये हमेशा सर ने कहा है कि उनको भी prepare करना है, उनको भी पढ़ना है.
Pattern should be followed.
Pattern should be followed. You have to understand कि क्या पूछा जाता है, क्या नहीं पूछा जाता है.
Idea basically.
Yes. You have to grab an idea from the questions that has been asked earlier in the examinations.
So, okay ma'am, so this was all about your preliminary preparation. Apart from that, the second stage of the examination, the mains part, how you prepared for the mains thing, because again it's a very bulky thing to opt your subjects, to prepare your answers. Like people usually what they do, they start their mains preparation since prelims, but since you did it in a very short term, what was your experience and what are the do's and don'ts we should follow in mains?
Soon after when I gave the prelims examination, around after 2-3 days the model answers came, and I along with my sir, we just figured out a rough idea that how much marks I am getting. So when we figured out, sir immediately told me to just don't wait for the results, you just start preparing for your mains, because according to sir, my marks was like handsome enough so that I can qualify the prelims examination. So sirs told me that you should not waste your time and don't wait for the results. You just start preparing for the mains examination. So while preparing for the mains examination, one thing I realized that and one thing I realized and what I believe, that you have to prepare your own handwritten notes along with the help of barracks, with the help of notes that has been provided by the sir. That is very accurate, very easy and very easy to understand the knowledge, very understand the concept. And thirdly, any book that you want to read,
A referral book.
a referral book. Along with all these three, we should prepare one own handwritten notes. This is my personal
Like everybody has their own
strategies, their own way of studying. So
yeah.
I adopted a smart study rather than a very elaborate and thick study. I opted for a smart study just to crack my exam, because I had to crack, because like it was like there's no other option to me. I have to crack this, because
very less time.
Very less time. So but in that less time, we should not hassle and we should not leave our any topic. So at that time, I prepared my handwritten notes, my own handwritten notes, with the help of all other books, materials, and other materials. And I used to show it to sir. Even when every candidate used to show it to sir, then sir used to guide us,
like
more,
mark
like whether it is correct or not. So used to edit it. And after that, we used to every time we used to give mock tests that were held here for the mains. And when we gave mock tests, then we realized that not only the answers that we have made, not only the study that we have done, but the time management thing is very important. While giving your mains examination, you have to be very specific with your time management. There was one incident that happened to me and to 2-3 students also, that we were giving a mock test of procedural paper, and at that day we took around 4.5 hours to complete that our procedural paper.
And what is the duration for the exam there?
Duration is 3 hours.
Okay, so you exceeded that?
Yes, I exceeded around 1.5 hours.
Okay.
So that was a very lacking point for my preparation. Although my answers were correct, although my everything were correct, but we had only 3 hours in our hand. So at that particular of time, at that particular day, sir ने figure out कराया कि you have 3 hours, you have this much questions. So how much time we have to spend in each and every questions? So that is very important for us to realize that how much time we have to give in each and every questions. So with that, your answer should be so specific, so clear, and so in such an easy language that even a non-legal and non-law student or any person
can understand
what you have written. It has to be very specific. It has to be very clear. Your every point, your everything should be clear. Because the thing is, law is same for every student. I am studying the same barrack, the other student is studying the same barrack, and the whole lot is studying the same barracks, same books, and almost same notes. But what gives the X factor in your answer is your art of writing the answer.
The interpretation of
the
your answer.
Interpretation, my
own
art.
input, basically.
Exactly. So that is what you can do by yourself. And every time I write my answers, I used to discuss it with sir, and sir used to like invest a whole lot of time, and sir has invested too much of energy in his students that results
that can be seen in the results.
Exactly, results तो आना ही था. बिकॉज क्योंकि हम लोगों ने बहुत प्रिपरेशन किया था और इतना ज़्यादा स्पेसिफिक इन्वेस्टमेंट कोई भी कहीं भी नहीं करेगा.
Like the personal investment of every candidate.
And that motivated us, that motivated the students to put in their extra efforts for the examination. That was the X factor. So for mains, in a short, I can say your handwritten notes, because what happened is during your examination, that should be the specific one that बस उसको रिवाइज करके you can sit in the examination. It has to be so sufficient enough कि उसको पढ़कर हम एग्जाम में बैठ सकते हैं. It has to be that much.
Like you need to be that level of prepared.
Exactly.
Your mains ka paper.
Your from the beginning, from the introduction to the conclusion, everything should be there in your handwritten notes. It should be like an ocean, so that you can remember the sea and you can write around a lake. You can
Actually,
write.
yeah.
So it has to be like that, and time management is the second most important thing, and that can be cleared only through giving the test series. Yeah, you cannot just for the first time you cannot just sit in the examination, because time management is very important. If you missed a single answer, the whole lot can turn against you.
True.
Okay, ma'am. So that was about mains. So after that comes the interview part. That is also very important. So we would like to know, how was your experience of your interview and how did you prepare yourself for the interview basically?
Again, I would say that I only got around 7 to 10 days for my interview, because there were few students who had got their interview session in the very recent.
Like there are different
slots. So very recent slots में interview was scheduled for me.
मतलब आपके बहुत शुरुआती वाले slots.
बहुत शुरुआती slots में थे. I think second day पे ही मेरा interview था.
Okay.
तो मेरे को around 7 to 10 days ही मिला था for the preparation. So again, that was a very rigorous interview session that was conducted by sir for those few students. Around among the 50 to 60 students, वो few students के लिए काफी rigorous interview session चला था. Every day, continuously every day we had 5 to 6 hours of rigorous interview session that were conducted in this coaching institute. And what happened is that there were around 50-60 students were sitting in the classroom, and what sir did after 2-3 days of preparation, what sir did, sir told each and every students to put their questions to me and to other students who had their interview in the very starting session. So it was, rather than an interview session, it was like a rapid fire was going on to me. हर एक स्टूडेंट ने जो भी क्वेश्चंस पूछा था, they had their very different questions, perspective. So what I did, I always noted each and every question. Yeah, whatever being put forward to me, I noted each and every. I had one diary with me, so I noted each and every questions, and that helped me a lot. That rigorous session helped me a lot. And apart from that, that session basically covered my whole law subjects. Each and every points were covered in that session. So apart from that law sessions, law preparation, what interview means is also very different thing, because most of the knowledge had been judged, has been tested in your prelims and mains. Knowledge had been tested, almost had been tested.
That's quite evident.
Evident, because all the meritorious students have now passed. Now the interview is your final stage. The personality test, basically you can say, your personality. So apart from your law subject, law में आपकी जो पकड़ है, apart from that, your personality, your overall, your way of talking, your way of addressing to every the panel that was sitting, you're addressing to panel, your way of, your honesty, your way of talking. If you know the answer, just go for it. If you don't know the answer, you have to be sorry to that. So you cannot just
play with the panel.
You cannot play, and you should not play. You should not play, because it's very crucial. That few minutes is very crucial, and that is the life-changing moment for you. So interview में apart from your law preparation, the subjects preparation, you have to be a bit specific in your personality, in your appearance. You have to be well dressed and well prepared.
A judge material, we can say. You need to be like a judge yourself.
Yes.
What makes you different
Your
from
judge
others?
material not only depends upon your appearance, your look, but your honesty, your
aura, a lot of things.
Exactly. So you have to be all-round development.
So you were all prepared for it.
Exactly. Sir made us prepare. Not I was not, because I was like totally unaware. So at that time, sir used to tell us that what should we wear, what the male should wear, what the female should wear, how to stand, how to greet them, what footwear should you wear, how to sit and how to stand. Even these were the things that were being
Basically,
told.
you got an overall grooming session over there, right?
Yeah, it was apart from, yes, you can say that apart from the academics, it was like a grooming session for us.
And that is, I think that is actually required before going to the panel.
Yeah, because at that time we are a student. We are like a student. So you have to appear like you are going to be an officer.
Into a different stage after that.
Exactly. So everything matters. In your interview, everything matters.
So this was all about the interview, and it was actually a great session, and I can obviously say that it's not impossible to crack judiciary in a small time after listening to ma'am's journey. Before we conclude the session, ma'am, I'll just ask you to just say 2 or 3 lines about the aspirants who are like waiting there and preparing for the upcoming notification. If you can put your valuable insights for them, then it will be like, we will be so thankful for that.
I would like to say that don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. There are so many things you can study in law, and revision is very much important. You have to be very consistent with your study, your revision. If you have completed your subject, like if you have completed CRPC, if you have completed evidence, just don't sit back. Just go on a repeat course, revise it again and again. There will be a time where everything will be on your tip. It has to be that level. Suppose in mains, what we did, that we prepared some, sir used to give us some guest questions, and we prepared the answers of that. But after preparing some, suppose 8 questions, now you are done with the 8 questions, you have studied it, you have thoroughed it. Now just don't sit back, just go push your limit, just go beyond that, study something else, just go on a different topic, cover something else. So in short, like, don't limit yourself, because you have so many things to study in law. It is true, you have so many things, but exam point of view, say, don't limit yourself, just go beyond your limit, give your more than 100%. Because now it is a very high competition is there, and so you cannot just relax.
You just cannot make yourself saturated.
No, it's not. You cannot
be justified.
You cannot say that now I am done and dusted. It should not be like that. Like, suppose अगर एक book रखा है and you are not using it, a layer of dust will come over there. Unless, and things will be like not clear. It will be invisible what is written on the book. So you have to you will undust it. Same is with your brain. If you are not revising your subject, a layer of dust will cover it, and you will not be clear. Exactly, you will not be clear with the topic. So every 2-3 days, अगर आपका वो subject complete हो चुका है और सारा complete हो गया, तो in repetition mode उसको फिर से revise करिए. Don't just sit back. That no, I am done with my subjects. It is not like that. You have to be like. जब तक आप स्टूडेंट हैं, आपके नाम के साथ लाइक का हैशटैग वो रिवीजन चलता रहेगा. वो रिवीजन हमेशा से करते रहना है, तभी आपके अंदर वो एक परफेक्शन आए,
कॉन्फिडेंस आल्सो.
एग्जैक्टली, कॉन्फिडेंस आए. ये अदरवाइज एग्जैक्टली, बिकॉज वो मोमेंट, प्रीलिम्स के देने का मोमेंट, वो मेंस देने का मोमेंट, एंड द इंटरव्यू मोमेंट, वो 3 hours 2 hours एंड द मिनट्स आर वेरी क्रूशियल. इवन आई थिंक जो फर्स्ट रैंक होल्डर भी होंगे, उन्होंने भी घबराया होगा. It is needless to say that.
It's very
obvious how much you are prepared. But अगर आपका preparation अच्छा है ना, अगर आपका preparation अच्छा है, तो whole journey is good. Your whole preparation and your mentor, जो भी guidance आपको मिला है ना, every combination, the whole lot combination makes a perfect, perfect preparator. तभी आप जाके perfect होंगे और आपका वो exam अच्छा जाएगा, and you will succeed. If you follow each and everything in your life, then only success automatically success होना ही होना है.
Yes. Okay. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your
and one more thing. Lastly, I would like to say that sorry for interrupting.
No, obviously the complete
lastly, yeah, I would say that I was not a very bright student in my during my college times or in my school time. It was not that bright, not the first rank holder or something like that. So from being a backbencher and a mediocre student to being such a meritorious student, now I can proudly say Yeah, I
Rank
can say
holder in judiciary.
to being a meritorious student, nobody ever imagined or believed that I would come this far. Yeah, so but I proved it. I was limitless. So and I proved it. So lastly, I would like to say. For as per my journey, I would like to aspire to tell all my candidates and all the candidates who are preparing that you have to be very consistent with your study. Don't limit yourself. You have to be very consistent. Constant effort. You have to give some room for your improvements. Right, a very room for improvements हमेशा देना है. And just one thing, just keep in your mind that true success and real success depends on the consistency and your constant effort and constant hard work. And just believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, and have faith in your mentor, on your guide. And then only you can achieve success, and believe that you are the master of your own universe. It is only you who can excel your things. You can prove everyone that yes, even in short span of time, even in a long span of time, you can compete it.
So here the short term actually means 3 to 4 months of prelims, 4 to 5 months of mains, and just a week of the interview, and then the game is over. Thank you.
Thank you.